How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Some really interesting people just bought the dip. They just bought the Bitcoin dip, and I want to explain who is buying and what they're buying, who's selling. If you don't mind, hit subscribe. Turn on the bell notification underneath the video so you can see future videos just like this. There are also going to be a couple links underneath the video. Of course, there is the link to Margex. Of course, always do your due diligence. Make sure you know what trading is. Make sure you always check the terms and conditions. But you can start trading there in just a few seconds. They're also doing a big $5 million hamster airdrop, which is a meme coin, so you can check that out. Also, there's a link to CoinW, where you can trade cryptocurrencies on leverage or spot, and you can get up to 100 million jungle tokens. So sign up for any of those links underneath the video, and you can get started today. There's also a link to HGAaccess, which gives you some interesting insights into what we're seeing in the crypto world, and HGAlgo, which is an algorithm that can help you with your dollar cost averaging. Now, a lot of liquidations have happened over the last 24 hours. About $300 million worth of longs have been liquidated. RSI has fallen down. The last time RSI was this low on Bitcoin, Bitcoin's price was $25,000. 6 weeks later, the price started to rally to $74K. And we've talked about why the price is falling down several times today. If you haven't already seen those videos, you can go watch them. The daily RSI just entered the oversold zone for the fourth time since the 15.5K bottom. A couple other things that are of note here. Let's scroll to here. Bitcoin's price crosses back into the buy exclamation point category on the rainbow chart. We also have Tom Crown saying lowest fear and greed rating since 2022 on Bitcoin. This is not the typical fear and greed index for Bitcoin, but this is the crypto fear and greed index, which shows we are at 30, which is fearful. Now, not everyone is dumping their crypto. Not everyone is scared and fleeing the market. Some people are taking this as a buying opportunity. And I'll show you those entities, but first let's go through the Bitcoin ETFs. We consistently look at this because this has been one of the largest drivers of the market this year. With Bitcoin dropping below 60,000, today's flows will be interesting. Let's take a look at what they're doing. Okay, so pretty high volume day. IBIT with $1.6 billion, FBTC with nearly $500 million, GBTC with nearly $500 million, ARKB and BITB with a decent number as well, 9 figures. GBTC, though, had a 90 million outflow day, which is pretty large for them at this point in the market. They've been shedding Bitcoin still, but not 90 million a day. HODL, negative 10 million. EasyBC, negative 21. BITB, 8 million. Fidelity, negative 35 million. ARKB, 7 million. BlackRock, though, holding strong. BlackRock with a 0 day. I believe they still have not had one negative day. I mean, take that as you will. It's odd that they have not had that with $1.6 billion worth of trading, they had 0 flows, not any outflows for the day. I'm guessing that they have some funds that they allocate to, and on days that they would be negative, they go buy Bitcoin so that they have a 0 day. That's my guess. I think that has to be the case because it's just too unlikely that they never have an outflow. But almost every other fund obviously has Bitcoin flowing out. Now, as they say up here, just a reminder, not all ETF outflows result in price impacting BTC sales. A portion of the inflows and outflows is net zero with offsetting futures or sales / buys. So sometimes they flow out and then they're carry trade, right? They might short the futures market. They close that trade in the profit. They sell off their Bitcoin ETFs, which causes outflows, but we don't see the other side, which is the futures trading. So it could just be a 0 day for the ETFs, even if we see pretty large outflows. So that's something to consider. Now, like I said, not everyone is selling. Obviously, we have BlackRock not selling, but there are some entities buying as well. For example, we have Mr. 100. Mr. 100 bought 113.96 Bitcoin. This is the first time that they bought since May 19. So over a month, they've just been silent. And even before that, they hadn't bought for like 5 days, and then they just bought a small amount. They sold on the 3rd, 490 Bitcoin, and they have not done anything since then. So the last time that they sold at 69,000. Now they're buying at 60,000. I don't know, but that sounds like a pretty good trade, right? A 15% discount from when they sold. So yeah, I mean, another big buyer. Who knows who this is? I have some thoughts, but whoever it is has bought a lot of Bitcoin. I mean, we're talking about having a balance of $4 billion in Bitcoin, 66,600 Bitcoin in one wallet, in just one wallet. That is kind of nuts. Imagine having 4 billion Bitcoin in one wallet. And they're not the only ones that are buying. While you're scared, someone just bought 961 million worth of Bitcoin from Gemini. Okay, 15,793 Bitcoin flowing out of Gemini here today. Okay, so I think it's important to remember, while the price is falling down, not everyone is panicking. Right? Some people are taking this as a big opportunity. Some people are in a very strong position and they see Bitcoin being as bullish as ever. And I think we can all agree that fundamentally it is as bullish as ever. Don't look at the price, just look at what's been happening with ETFs being approved, with the SEC changing on its head, with politicians getting on board, with global liquidity starting to tick up again. Like, this is as fundamentally bullish as we get. And the price is off 20% from the high, just about 20% from the high. So the fact is, if you were looking to buy some Bitcoin and you have some money now, it looks attractive. It looks attractive, especially with the VOO or the S&P 500, with the NASDAQ at all-time highs, and you're looking at Bitcoin thinking, wow, this might double in the next year, and it's down 20%. Looks quite attractive to a lot of people. So they're coming in and buying, like I said, from a position of strength. They have extra cash flows, they have other businesses, so they're just funneling some money into this asset that cannot be diluted, and there's only so much of it. I saw a CFA on Twitter talk about how eventually there's not going to be enough Bitcoin to go around. People are still going to want to buy it, so you're going to be able to buy a house at 0.1 Bitcoin. That's kind of crazy to think about, or I think he actually said 0.01 Bitcoin. But think about that, 0.1 Bitcoin for a house. That would put Bitcoin maybe $6 million in a house is $600,000 at that time, but it's not inconceivable to think that that is possible maybe 20 years from now. So yeah, while you want to make good decisions in the short term, you also don't want to screw your future self. So as Raoul Pal would say, it's time to un-F yourself. So yeah, I think this is a pretty key level. We've seen a lot of support in this level before, 60 to 61,000. So it'd be nice if we could flip that back into support and keep on moving up. Otherwise, we could get rejected right back here. We were falling down throughout the day. We just started to move up a little bit, as you can see here. But we'll see. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. If you do want to trade, there are those links underneath the video. Thank you so much. Let me know too. I talk about having cash on the sidelines. Let me know if you guys want me to tell you where I park my cash, or a good place where you can park your cash. Of course, always do your own research though. Thank you so much.